Hey, love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, new night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, unfortunately, we are going to be talking about the 9-year-old friend that was unalived in Brooklyn. Um, This is really, really sad what's going on. There was also another 16-year-old girl that was unalived in Florida. And can we guess at the hands of who? They never ever want to admit that, a lot of them are the perpetrators. A lot of us are being unalived at alarming rates. And this goes into what I was talking about when I said on the live a few days ago that women need protection from men. And a lot of men, I got a lot of flack. I got a lot of backlash. I've been, called crazy. Of course, they attack my looks. They say this is why you don't have a man. Oh, men need protection from women and so on and so forth. And it's giving like delusion because at the end of the day, clearly men are the stronger sex. And also a lot of men are just simply unhinged, mentally ill, and they don't understand how to control themselves and how to accept rejection. So this young girl, her and her sister were out hanging out with friends, having a good night, and they went to a bodega and the Park Slope side of Brooklyn. And Park Slope is actually one of the nicer communities in Brooklyn in comparison to some of the others. And they turned down the advances of a guy, and both sisters were, poked. But one, it was a fatal situation and she didn't make it. And I'm gonna pull up a news article, and then I'm gonna pull up. I think Neighborhood Talk posted it, and we're gonna, get into a little bit of the news media. And this is just like it's hard to talk about things like this and to not be triggered, And a lot of y'all was like, "Are you gonna talk about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, we have to," but it's so heavy because as women from young, we experience so much. A lot of us experience a lot of harassment, a lot of DV, a lot of, bullying, unaliving at the hands of men. And yet they continuously walk around here as if they're not the source of a lot of the issues that's going on within the community, and men in general. Black men, white men, yellow men. I'm not just talking about one particular group of men in general. What's going on, Vava? Hey, Janetta. What's up, baby? Hey, Joycelyn. Cali girl. Alicia. What's up? Thank you, boo. What's up, Amberella? Hey, Kanisha. How y'all doing? Everybody on your way into the house, make sure that you hit the like button. Who else is up in here? How's everybody tonight? How are you guys? Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Y'all already know I ain't got nobody to hump on necessarily, but that's okay. It's by choice. By choice. All right. What's up, Erica? Hey, Stars Above. Hey, Lauren. Y'all paid y'all entry fee. Make sure y'all pay y'all entry fee on your way into my house. You doing good? Okay, good. Hey, Lexi, this broke my mind too, boo. That's why I'm like, like I honestly don't like. It's just, but we have to talk about these things because they swear for God that all of us are just lying like a Persian rug. Too many of us have shared experiences when it comes to men, and men don't deal with each other the way that women do. A man could never experience another man, a heterosexual man, the way that a woman would, or even a bisexual man, or even a gay man, because a lot of them be hating women too. Like we just got to call it a spade, So yeah, this is just so heavy to me, and we gotta talk about it, y'all. That young girl, she didn't even get to be fully legal. She didn't even get to turn 21. And she was a twin. I could not imagine how her twin felt seeing her other half, literally her other half, right in front of her at the hands of a disgruntled man. because she told him no, because she didn't want to talk, because she didn't want to give her number, because she wasn't interested. It's the entitlement for me. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. These men are diabolical. Like, seriously. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out, what do we do? You know, because they say we lying. They always say not all men, not all, clearly. But y'all already know how I measure things. It is always majority rules. That is always how I measure things. Hey, Miss T300. Most women I know experience DV and SA. It's so sad. We have to be on guard 24/7 and told we're hard or masculine, but it's just to protect ourselves. Exactly, Amberella. So yesterday I went into Dunkin' Donuts and I saw like a security guard from where I stay or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, why are you not smiling?" Absolutely cannot stand when a man tells me to smile, demands that I smile, ask why I'm not smiling. Like, sir, who the fuck are you? Do I look like a court gesture? I'm not here for your entertainment. I don't have to smile at you. But he's cool, So I wasn't rude to him. I was just like, well, I don't walk around just smiling up in everybody's face, because then that men take that as a cue, like come and try to make conversation, to come and try to ask for your number. They think that you flirting. And I was like, well, I don't walk around smiling at any and everybody, because I get harassed a lot. So it is a protection for me to look like I have a scowl or resting bitch face. It's like you have constantly, like you say, you have to constantly be on guard. And when you're not, and something does happen, you're blamed. It doesn't matter if you had on a trash bag. It's your fault. Hey, Unique. What's up, Lee? It is so sad. Okay, so this is Pix 11, New York. Okay, Park Slope, Brooklyn. Mother of 19-year-old woman who was abducted in Brooklyn Sunday delivered a message to her daughter's unaliver, who still hasn't been caught. LaShawn Goodson has been in anguish since the unaliving of her 19-year-old daughter, Samaya Spain, that was her name, who was fatally poked outside a deli in Park Slope after rejecting a man's advances, according to a witness. It happened during the early hours of Sunday morning. Samaya and her twin sister went to grab food at the deli. A man was apparently trying to hit on the two 19-year-olds. After rejecting his advances, things escalated from there. At one point, the deli owner had to lock the doors to keep the men out. The twins thought the coast was clear, but once they walked out of the deli, the man was still there. My daughter, Sanaya, was arguing with the guy in her sister's defense outside. He poked her and she went on to the floor, Goodson said. At the very moment, Sanaya and Samaya, okay, I think that's what the names are. Samaya went to attack him and he stabbed, oh my God, her in the heart. Oh. And when she went down, he poked her in the neck. Goodson is more than heartbroken about her daughter's unaliving, but she said the way she unalived makes the pain way worse. She didn't want to be bothered. Why did she have to unalive? Because you're not who she wanted to be accompanied by. Walk away. Don't hit on no girl. Don't fight no female, no matter what. Go on about your business. The grieving mother sent a message to the person responsible for her daughter's unaliving. I just want him to suffer every day like I am, Goodson said. I want him to wake up every day in a cell, just like I have to wake up with my mind in a cell. No one has been arrested, but police have a clear picture of the suspect, sources told Pix 11 News. Like, this is just disgusting. You can't even tell a man no. And I've shared with you all a video of a man on TikTok saying, oh, protect yourselves. Oh, just give that man your number. Oh, just talk to him. And I do this. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all. When a man tries to approach me and I'm getting harassed relentlessly, sometimes I just entertain them. I say, oh, thank you. Yeah, and I've given out my number. And then I've had to, eventually block the number. But it's like, why can't you just take no for an answer? Why do I have to lie to you and tell you that I'm pregnant, that I'm a lesbian, that, I got a baby daddy, that I'm married, that I got a boyfriend? If I don't want to talk to you, who the fuck are you that I should feel forced or obligated to talk to you or entertain you? It's really ridiculous. And for the most part, Black men behave this way. from my experience, and culturally, when you look around and you see how men court the women of their race, it's mostly black men that are very aggressive. And this is not me saying that clear men are not monsters and they don't, attack and do egregious and nasty things toward women, because they absolutely do. However, I'm talking about the aggressiveness, the accosting of it all, the harassment of it all. Black men harass black women relentlessly. You can't go to the gas station without them hounding. It's ridiculous. I don't know what this nature is. I don't know what to call it. I just don't know. But they really need to get a grip, because it's absolutely ridiculous. I shouldn't have to feel like I have to stop and talk to you. I have to entertain you, or you're going to take my life. Are we like, what the fuck is this? Are they barbaric? Are they animals? And then when, old girl Hillary Clinton was calling them super predators in the 90s, they was getting offended. And here we go. No, marching. For men that's literally unaliving us, beating us down to the ground because we simply say, no, I'm not interested. A girl was pop out in the face. I'm sure I told you this before. During the Labor Day weekend festivities, they have a day called R0bbed, and she didn't want to dance with a man. And he literally pulled out a gun and pop out her in the face simply because she said, no, I don't want to dance. That Freaknik documentary, did it come out? Well, we've seen the commercials for it. The way those men were behaving was utterly disgusting, dangerous. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. If I see a pack of niggas, I cross the street. I don't feel safe. And it's really sad, but I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. I cross the street. When I see a pack of black men, I instantly, like, my heart starts to palpitate. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get harassed. Like, I cross the street. When I was a young girl, when I was a young girl in Brooklyn, walking up and down the streets with my homegirls, I'd have been cussed out. I'd have had bottles thrown at me for not wanting to stop and talk. I done heard, oh, bitch, who you think you is, so many times. I done heard you acting light skinned so many times because I turned down advances. Why do they really think that we are obligated to talk to them? I just don't understand. The ownership that a lot of black men feel over us is absolutely ridiculous. Then it'd be the brokest, dustiest, crustiest looking ones. The homeless ones even be out here acting like you owe them a conversation. Like, I'm not making none of this up. And I know somebody gonna get up here and say, oh, not all men. Oh, who hurt you? Oh, you bitter. Bitch, I'm not bitter. I just live this thing called life. I have friends that are women. I'm raised by women. My audience, my core audience is women. Too many of us have the same experiences for everybody to just be lying like a Persian rug. All of us cannot be lying. Majority rules. Shouts out to the neighborhood talk. So this is a picture of the 19-year-old girl. She was so cute. And the world will never even know what she could have brought to the world.
Suspects wanting for stabbing twin sisters inside a deli in Park Slope, one of them dying. 19-year-old Samia Spain was fatally stabbed in the neck and chest. Her sister survived after the attackers stabbed her in the arm. Eyewitnesses say the stabbing happened after the victim turned down one of the suspect's advances.
They're not sober. They get rejected and they just escalated tenfold. Like, we was all having a good night before this. We just had left and we went to the store to get food. We was all getting sandwiches or like beef patty just to eat. We're hungry. We want to go home, and this happens.
Yesterday, family and friends held a small vigil near the scene of that attack. In Brooklyn are...
Here we go. No, I'm not attacking you. Fuck that. Who the fuck?
Look at how small they look. Do you see them standing outside? I believe that's one of the twins. They look so tiny, like literally like they're like 4'11". And the guy, I believe, that's walking out of the store right now, I believe that's the suspect. That's like, I'm not jacking it. I'm not jacking it. Like, not jacking what? That they don't want to talk to you? Oh my God, this is so triggering. Y'all don't understand the things that I've experienced because I rejected a man. And one day I will come up here and tell y'all, like, in detail. And like, I'll tell y'all and show y'all. But not right now, though. Not right now. I ain't ready to do all of that right now. But I have gone through it. Like, it's really hard being a woman. It really fucking is. It really is. Oh my God.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
That's it, yeah.
Here we go. No, I'm not attacking.
See, a group of men like that would scare me. All that aggressive yelling. Like, if one of them, if I was in that store and they came in, like, I instantly, my body would be like, oh God, like, fight or flight. I probably would move out the way or try to hurry up and get my shit. Like, I'm not just inherently scared of black men. Like, let's not do that or go there. If I see one or two, like, I'll be fine. Like, whatever. Hey, y'all, whatever. But when it's like a pack and they're aggressive, like yelling and cussing, like, I don't like that. I probably would have just been like, hey, and just gave them my number. I'm not even going, based off of the things that I didn't experience, I would have just been like, oh, okay, you could take it down. And then I would have went on my merry way, prayed to God that I made it to wherever I was going, say, whether it was getting into a car or getting on the train or whatever. Because, you know, in New York, like, we ride the train. That's what we do. Like, New Yorkers don't be really, I mean, a lot of us do have a car, but it's really not a necessity. It's mostly an inconvenience to have a car. Like, parking and the insurance rate, like, it's just a lot. So a lot of us get on a train, or we happen in and out of it used to be a cab, but now an Uber. So I would have just gave one of them my number, and I would have got in a car, and I would have just blocked once I was safely away from the scene. But it's just very sad that a lot of us have to feel this way, and we literally be walking around fearful of men that's supposed to be our counterparts, that we supposed to be able to, you know, rely on, and that should actually protect us. They're our biggest threat. These men are our biggest threat. The femicide rate is through the roof. Like, they don't like to hear that, though, because it forces them to look in the mirror. And a lot of men are so individualistic that they cannot see the grand scheme of things. They don't see the state of their community. Because a black man, that's a community of people. They don't see it. They just only see themselves. And, oh, well, the men around me are good men. Sir, you're talking about 5, maybe 10 men at most that take care of their kids and show up and successfully co-parenting. Like, come on, sir. Y'all as a whole is very fucking scary. Deadbeat as all out motherfucking doors. Don't take care of your kids, dicking and dodging all over goddamn town. Stalking. I done been stalked. Like, for real stalk, not fake stalk. Like, oh, he's just looking at my Instagram. No, I've been stalked. Like, bitch, I see you. Like, I've been stalked. Like, I tapped your phone. Like, I've experienced a lot. I've been stalked. Like, I'm outside your grandmother's house right now. I've been stalked, like, calling my friend's phone. I don't even know how you get my friend's number. Call this bitch on a 3-way right now. And my friends are like fucking being intimidated and scared, and my friends and family is being stalked. I've been stalked, like, go up in my parents' house when no one's home because they left the door because they're living in the suburbs, and my mother and my stepfather come up in the house and niggas come out the bathroom. I've been stalked like that. I've been stalked, like, getting off the train and walking and then seeing a nigga standing there at the motherfucking train station, and I'm like, ah! Like, how the fuck you even know where I'm at? Like, stalked like that. I'm not sitting up here making up nothing. I don't make up nothing. This is another reason why I've been single. Like, I had PTSD from men for a while. Like, people say, oh, you bitter, oh, this why you ain't got no kids, this why ain't no man chose you. Men fucking love me. Like, come on, I'm the motherfucking GOAT. Men love me. I just can't, I had to heal a lot of things, you know? And post-traumatic stress disorder is a real thing. And I don't want to fucking bring that over to nobody that don't deserve that. You know what I mean? I'm not bitter. I'm really not. I still entertain men. I still love men. I still look at them for who they are. I don't be like, oh, men ain't shit. Like, that's not what I talk about. And that's not even what it is that I preach to y'all. And they would love to say that that's my rhetoric, but it's not. I talk about specific types of men that we need to steer clear of, specific groups of men. I actually allow isolated situations to be the focal point, not generalizing a whole group of men, even though I do say majority rules. And if majority of y'all are running around doing some fuck shit, then it is what it is. We don't get that grace at all. We do not. As melanin rich women, we do not get that grace at all. But men are kind of scary. And I'm not just talking about, I haven't only been just like, I told y'all I done dated Caucasian men too. So it was not just black men. Black men is the majority of my experience. But I've dated clear men as well. And I've been fucking harassed and had issues with them too. We're gonna get into some real story times at some point, but just not right now. I'm not really ready to do all of that. But so this another teen girl. In Florida. Shouts out to It's on Site Fair Youth. Sensitive content. Grieving mother details her 16-year-old daughter's last moments after being fatally stabbed again. Like, what is going on? What is going on? While leaving an Orlando skating rink.
She is one of two 16-year-old girls that were stabbed in the parking lot of Amscott off Goldenrod Road as they were leaving a skating rink.
A 15-year-old male is now in custody for her death. And Channel 9's Ashlyn Webb joins us live from where it happened. Ashlyn, the family has started a GoFundMe to help transport Kennedy's body home.
Yes, the family is raising money so Kennedy's final resting place can be in Georgia, where the family is originally from. They moved to the Orlando area in 2019. And I'm told by Kennedy's friends that she and her sister were celebrating spring break at the skating rink next door when this fight broke out in the Amscott parking lot. Now family and friends are remembering the teen as vibrant and loving. Family members of Kennedy Williams are remembering the 16-year-old as a bright.
And she was poked up by a 15-year-old boy. So they say, oh, choose better. You chose a Pookie and a Ray Ray. No, a lot of this stems from we start getting brutalized and harassed as kids and teens. It's just like they don't want to believe that this is how a lot of them operate. It don't just happen when they grow up and you get a baby by them. No, it be teenage boys that be out here running amok, brutalizing, harassing, graping. Unaliving. From teens. So are they Pookie and a Ray Ray when they a teenager? Was that 15-year-old boy a Pookie and a Ray Ray that girl chose? Was the guy from the bodega a Pookie and a Ray Ray that girl chose and she chose wrong? That girl had on a bubble-looking coat with some jeans. Was she scantily clad? Was it her fault because, you know, they was getting cussed out like a dog and they decided to try to defend themselves? Which I will say, I'm not for victim blaming. However, ladies, it does us a disservice when it's an environment like that. If you can, just try to walk away. And I've argued with men before. I have. When I've gotten cussed out like a dog. I have. But now, because of the things that I've experienced, because of what we're continuously seeing us, they're literally unaliving us. If you can just walk away, walk away. Walk away. Because it's just like, there's no reasoning with people like that. There's no diffusing a situation like that. You can't talk a person like that off a cliff. These men are unhinged. They're dangerous. They are a threat to your life at this point. Disengage as much as you can. And it's unfortunate that we are the only ones that's constantly told that we have to police ourselves and disengage and walk away. I know that. I feel like we, like men, she lying, no Negro follow her. You see this? Look at this. This is disgusting. And then you know this is a man. You know this is a dusty, nasty dust mite posing as a woman. Posing as a woman so that we could be stupid and naive enough to think that a woman wrote type this. We know you're not a woman. We know that you're not a woman. It's this ridiculous. It's disgusting. That's crazy, Faith. We experience this in childhood. This don't just start when we choose a Pookie and a fucking Ray Ray and we choosing thugs and because you don't want to educate a lame and you just want a thug ass nigga. It's a scam. It's a scam. There is something to be studied when it comes to the psyche of men and the way that they're raised and coddled, and they don't have to take accountability for anything growing up. Those same boys, that same 15-year-old boy that did that, if he had not escalated this situation, he would have been terrorizing and brutalizing women. Then he would have grew up to be a grown man doing the same thing. And then he probably would have had sons and kids all over the place and would have been teaching them that same thing. And then we also got to say, you know, DNA and genetics is a big deal. It plays a part in how your kids act and behave. So even if you was like, I didn't even raise him around, ma'am, that genetically he is his father's son. If his father's a threat and a danger to society, he might have a little bit of that up in him. It just is what it is. We got to gatekeep the womb. Stop having babies by these men that are terrorists. And if you have a son, do not do him the disservice of thinking that everything is the woman's fault. Do not be one of those mothers out here that's, oh, well, she ain't shit. She a bitch. She trapped my son. No, hold your fucking funky ass son accountable. Hold him accountable. Teach him how to have discipline, how to be respectful toward women, how to understand that rejection is a part of life. You are not entitled to a woman's body. You are not entitled to a smile from a woman. You are not entitled to a conversation from a woman, okay? A woman does not owe you anything. You are a stranger danger. If y'all have sons up in this church, teach your son how to deal with rejection. He is not obligated to a woman's time, her presence, her essence, or nothing, okay? They need to learn how to control and curb their urges. I'm so sick and tired of us. Oh, well, what she did, what she said, and why she escalated it. Yes, I just sat up here and said we need to try to walk away if we can, because at the end of the day, our lives is at stake. However, men need to be held accountable for how they act. Enough is enough. It's fucking disgusting. Yes, everybody up in here, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I was stalked by a man who cheated on me. How twisted is that? That's how it be. Speaking of a man cheating on you and then still trying to come and play in your face, let's get into this story. That was a good segue. Thanks, boo. Thanks for that alley-oop. And you haven't heard making it, you won't. Because they feel like what they do is not bad. They don't check each other. But all they do is just want to check a woman and punch down on a woman and tell a woman she need to know her place and what a woman need to do. Yet their little brothers, their little brethren, their community is running around unaliving the community. They unaliving each other at alarming rates. People be, oh, the community needs to do better. No, the fuck it don't. It's these men. It's these men and these teenage boys that need to do better, not the fucking community. It ain't a we thing. And I'm so over that. We don't need to do shit. These men need to get it together, okay? The fuck, bitch. I'm so tired of it. Hey, Norris, what's up, boo? Shouts out to Jazz Lee _ Part 1. My ex proposed, got my name tattooed, then set me up to be robbed after I caught him with a man. Do I need to read that again? My ex proposed, got my name tattooed, then set me up to be robbed after I caught him with a man.
I'm not taking nothing to the grave. I don't care. Honestly, I probably would have taken it to the grave had he not forced me to come out with the story, because he decided to get online. You know what? I'm going to tell that part when that part actually comes up, how it even got out online in the first place. Because I kept that shit a secret for like 6 months. I've been knowing this guy since 8th grade orientation when we were, the orientation to go into high school. We dated briefly like sophomore year, but like we remained friends all this time. It don't matter how long you've known somebody for, when they get tired of pretending to be somebody they're not, they'll eventually reveal themselves. So as you guys seen, he proposed to me, he got my name tattooed. Well, shortly after that, I'm not the type of female that goes through phones. So he had two phones. So he had his main phone out on the balcony and his other phone on the shoe rack. So when I was walking by, I seen the red phone on the shoe rack and I just grabbed it. Again, I didn't go through his messages. I was just scrolling through his apps. And I've seen the Rainbow app. And y'all, if you guys stick around, you'll realize I'm a little ditzy sometimes. So I'm like, oh, this is a pretty app. And I clicked it. And the first thing that popped up was gay bisexual dating app. Same time, I'm like, the kids play on his phone a lot. So I don't have any kids by this man. Let me clear that up before y'all be like, damn, no. Thank God, was looking out for a real one. He know. But anyway, so my kids, I figured, my kids might have been playing on his phone and put this app on there. I decided to click a button on there, and up came messages of dudes going off on him because he didn't meet up with them last night or the night before. Basically, it was just a bunch of like guys upset that he flaked them. Now, I know why he couldn't meet up with those dudes that night, because what excuse was you going to tell me as to why you didn't come home at night? If I'm not one of those. If you ever have me go to sleep by myself, you better not bring your tail back here. After I seen that, I dropped the phone. My heart sank like literally out of my butt. And I just took off running out of the house because I truly thought that man was about to kill me, because I'm like, this is a huge secret. Like, you know. So I just took off running. Now, the way our apartment was at the time, we were all the way in the back of the complex, and the balcony was facing towards the front of the complex. So the only way that I could run is that way. So as I'm running, he sees me running. Now, he doesn't know that I'm running from him. So he's chasing me. He's trying to figure out what's going on. I'm calling my homegirl, Jackie. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I'm trying to tell her while I'm out of breath. She's like, what is going on? What's going on? Trying to figure out what's going on. It was so crazy. Now I'm getting ready to run back into a circle to end up back at the complex. He's still chasing me, but I had a hell of a head start. He's fast. He's faster than me. So I'm making it back to my car, well, our car. And I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, I did leave the passenger side door open. So I open up the door, I jump in and I lock him. He finally get up there. He got his hands on the window like, what's the matter? What's wrong? My homegirl Jackie's like, just calm down, tell him what's wrong. Like, she's real Christian, like, so she's way more understanding than I am. So she's like, just let him explain and da-da-da-da-da. Just tell him.
Explain what? If I see a Grinder, let me make myself a little bigger. If I see Grinder on your phone, what is it to explain? Because who download? Nobody's downloading those apps not knowing what type of content, what type of people, or what the hell their intentions are. It's 2024. You can't say, oh, I downloaded that by accident, or oh, the kids did it, or oh, it's we know what's on our phones. We're in our phones 24/7. You know what these apps are for. If I download, I don't know, Hinge, what I'm gonna say? Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what the fuck I was doing. If I download Tinder, we know what we're doing. When you go to your app store and you download, or Google Play if you got an Android, you know what is it? Explain. I just cannot. Like somebody said it earlier, the lies we tell ourselves. We really do be lying to ourselves because we still be wanting to hold on to these men. It really be that. That's why we got to descend to their ass and put ourselves first.
And just listen to what he has to say. I'm like, Eventually she calms me down and I end up telling him the best way that I can. With her help, she's coaching me how to say it correctly. And he just drops down to his knees. He's like, I'm so sorry. He starts trying to bring up some trauma he went through as a kid, and that's why he is the way that he is now. That ended up being a lie. His mama ended up that's gonna come out. Okay, y'all gotta listen to the mama's reaction. That's what really was the cherry on top. After that, I basically tell him like, yeah, but I don't wanna I can't be with somebody. Like, first of all, you tried to cheat on me, and I told you from the beginning I don't do infidelity. I'll put up with a lot, but infidelity and laziness from a man is not one of them. Those are the two things I do not put up with, and I was very forthcoming about that information before he decided to date me. I'm forthcoming about that information with everybody. I'm a strong believer that the man is supposed to lead the relationship. So if I don't trust you, it's no way for you to lead this relationship, because how am I supposed to trust to follow you when I can't even trust your word? I feel like as a man, your word is
All right, girl, let's get to part 2. We don't care about what you think about trust and all of this. Like,
all right, you guys. This is part 2 to my ex getting my name tattooed, proposing to me, then setting me up to be robbed after I caught him with a man.
and she's a pretty woman too. Like, it's just like,
Yes. So after he realized that I was no longer going back to him, I don't know why he thought I would, but that's besides the point. So once he realized that no matter what he did, I was not going back to him, that is when he decided to say that he was going to move out. So I guess he was expecting me to be like, no, oh my gosh, no. But because I didn't do that, everything went downhill from there. Basically, I have been working Monday through Saturday. So Sundays were my only days off. I'm the only one with the key to this place. Basically, as he's packing up, running his mouth on the phone with his mom, I'm like, hey, I don't want to leave my house unlocked and I'm about to leave. So what time are you planning on leaving? And I'm not saying it in like a messed up way. I'm just being realistic because I don't want to leave my house unlocked. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. Me and you could walk out together and just let me know when you get back and I'll be on my way back. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. So we both leave. On my way back, I let him know my ETA. I'm like 5 minutes away from the house. He's like, all right, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, bet, cool. I'm on the phone with my homegirl, Shawan. I walk up the stairs while I'm on FaceTime with her. And the way my kitchen is shaped, it's like a really long kitchen. So as soon as you walk in, if somebody walks up behind you, you're pretty much cornered. There is a balcony door right there, but I'm on the second floor and I'm not jumping off. So pretty much I'm cornered. So as soon as I turned into my kitchen, I see my back door kicked in. So I freeze up. My homegirl Shawan is like, what the heck is going on? Because like she knows me. So it's like, what the hell is going on? I finally get the words out. I don't know why I was paused like that. But whatever. I finally get the words out to tell her. She's like, what the hell? Call the police. So I'm on the phone with the police. I rush out the house. So the police pull up and they go check out the place. And they're just like, the coast is clear. Come up. Let's see what's missing. So when I get up there, everything is still in plain sight. My laptop computer that I used to work from home is still on the couch in plain sight. All my flat screens are still on the wall. My son's game system is still up. Like everything that a burglar would take is still in plain sight. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. So then here he comes walking up. Now another officer ends up pulling up and he's like looking at the scene and he walks over to where my door is kicked in at. Mind you, like I said, we're on the second floor. So he looks up and then he looks at me and he's like, hey, like, come here. So I walk over to him, looks at him, my ex now. He looks at him, sizes him up, and he's like, do you think he's capable of doing something like that? Because you have to be extremely tall to get up there. I can't even get up there. I'm like, no. I'm like, nah, I don't think that he would do that. And then he's like, okay, like, I'm just making sure. I just have to be sure. I'm like, yeah, no, like, he wouldn't do that. My homegirl Shawan's like, nah, he wouldn't do that. So then, boom, we walk back over to where all the commotion is at, all the officers are at, and they're like, okay, we verified nothing's missing. Well, my ex-boyfriend decides to say, I don't even want to claim him as my ex. That's so embarrassing. But dude, old dude, we're gonna call him Quan. So Quan decides to say, but what about your MacBook and what about your MacBook and your laptop? I was like, my MacBook and my camera are hidden. Like, you guys, my MacBook and my camera was at the bottom of my lingerie drawer, which was stacked to the top. So y'all know how flat MacBooks are. So had you stuck your hand in my drawer, it would have felt like the bottom of the drawer. You wouldn't have thought that was anything. So I was like, well, the only person that knows where my MacBook and my camera are is you. So what the heck? Like, nobody else, not even my kids, know where that's at. So the officer's like, well, you want to go check it out? So we go upstairs, we go check it out, and of course it's missing. But at this time, I'm just so flabbergasted. I'm not even thinking that this man is a suspect. Thinking back now, yeah, I do feel a little bit retarded. But at the time, like, I couldn't really
Like, how did you not know?
I was not suspecting him, because why would you do that? But whatever. So now it's missing. My homegirl Shawan starts to suspect him because she's like, girl, he pretty much just told on himself. My dumb self, like, nah, like, I don't think he would do nothing like that.
Girl.
So whatever, boom.
You don't think he would do nothing like that, but he just lied to you about being on the DL and cheating on you with men, but you will put past him kicking your back door in because clearly he doesn't have a key anymore because you're trying to get him out your apartment. Why don't we? This is what the issue is. We continuously give these scrub the ground ass the benefit of the doubt. It's clear as day that he did it. Because where he come from just strolling up, just so happened to just be strolling up when the police pull up. Like, come on. I don't even want to listen to all of this. Like, let's see what
balcony. And I'm like, hey, Quan, get the F out of my house before I call the police. And
so she drives back to her house because I saw this. She drives back and she said that she looks up after she put the top lock and everything on her apartment. She saw the lights on in her apartment. So she's yelling at him now, like, yo, get out of my apartment.
Light shuts off. So somebody was in there. So nobody's answering though. So I sent him a text and I'm like, you better get the hell out of my house because the police are on the way. He texts me back and says, ain't nobody in your house, B, so you might want to call them. So I run back to the car, and mind you, it takes me like 20 seconds to do all of this. So I run back to the car. I drive the car up to the balcony where I can see if anybody jumps down. Again, it takes me about 20 seconds to do that. On the phone with the police looking at the balcony, they're like, did you see anybody come out? I'm like, no, I didn't see anybody come out yet. They're like, okay, we're on our way. So the police pull up, they kick in my front door. So now not only is my back door kicked in, my front door is kicked in. Because like I said, the bolt lock was locked. Nobody could get in all of a sudden. So they clear the place and they're like, nobody's in here. So how did the bolt lock get locked? I'm like, I have no idea. I get back on the phone with my homegirl, Shawan. Here comes this doofus, Quan, walking up, muddy shirt, muddy pants. It's ripped open. He got scratches all over his body. Looked like he just rolled around in the dirt. Right. Mind you, there was mud at the bottom of the balcony. So the police is looking at him like,
duh, it's because he jumped his stupid ass off the balcony after kicking in your doors.
What the hell happened to you? He's like, man, these dudes just jumped me and they took my suitcase and oh my God, and this and that. And now black officer is there. So he gonna pull me to the side and he's like, ain't no Houston niggas do that to him. If somebody in Houston was to jump him, he would not have scratches all over him. He did that to himself. And he said, and we're trained to know when somebody rips their own shirt, it rips inwards or outwards. Something like that. He was explaining how he can tell it when it was self-inflicted and when somebody else did it. He was like, he ripped his own shirt. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, look, I don't know what's going on. I just can't stay here.
I don't know what
he come up like, I'm gonna protect you. Like, you good. No, she's good. No, I'm not good. I'm still not staying here. Why? I'm gonna protect you. No, like, you couldn't even protect yourself. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't.
Girl, shut up. All right, let's just hear what she got to say in part 3. I can't do this much longer.
So now me and my kids were sleeping in the car. And I'm not getting any sleep this night. I'm like watching my apartment like a hawk because I'm just like, I'm downstairs in the car. I'm watching my apartment like a hawk. I'm just like, man, I can't afford to lose nothing else. Like, so that morning, you know, he leaves and his mom calls my phone and she's like trying to go off on me like, oh, you're doing my son like this, and you wouldn't even have your place if it wasn't for me paying half of your rent. I said, excuse me? First of all, I wasn't even aware that you were paying half my rent. Second of all, I don't move anywhere that I
Y'all
can't.
catch that, T? His mother was paying half the rent. You can't make this up. So not only is he screwing and cheating on the low, he cheating with men. He got her house robbed, kicked the door in. He robbed it himself. And his mother was giving him money to help her pay half the rent. This is just terrible. Broke, busted, and disgusted. And on the DL. Like, this is what we got to choose from. Take me to Petco. I just rather be with the cats and them because I ain't nobody got time for this.
Afford by myself. I was coming to you asking you for money and you was giving it to him, and that's how he was paying his half of the rent. That don't have nothing to do with me. You can't throw that in my face because your grown son was coming to you for money that I wasn't even aware of. And by the way, your son stole my MacBook and my camera. He didn't steal your MacBook and your camera. I'll check it when he get here.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't trust men that want to. I don't trust 50-50 men. I don't. I'm not. Because if you cannot pay the full overhead by yourself, we ain't got shit to talk about. You're not about to have me in a bind. You're not about to. I'm sorry. Yes, things happen, but you're not about to have me in a bind. You're not about to have your mama and them paying your half, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and I don't even know what's going on. This is why I don't trust 50-50 men. Like, I just feel like it's a scam. I'm sorry. It's a scam. That part. Hey, Cynthia, what's up? I don't know what YouTube is doing with my notifications. They got me fucked up, but we in the building. Everybody up in here, make sure you hit the like button right now so we can get up in this algorithm and stay there, okay?
I'm like, man, whatever. Then she tried to throw shade. You need to learn how to drive. I said, you know what? Y'all, because I don't know how to drive, okay? I was too scared to learn how to drive, so I bought the car, and he would drive us around. I'm not one of them females that's letting no dude drive my car while I'm sitting up at work. No, it wasn't.
Bitch, yes, you are. See, and we be in denial like the goddamn the river in goddamn Africa. She is in denial. Oh, yeah, he drive me to work. He drive me here, but I'm not the woman that sit up and go to work and let a man, a female. First of all, I don't really trust people that just say female all day. In a certain context, using the term female makes sense, but just referring to yourself as a female is weird. I already am looking at you sideways. But you gonna say, I'm not the type of female that just allows it. Yes, you are, El Stupido. Because when you was at work and he dropped you off places, what you think he did? Just drove your car back and parked it in the goddamn garage and got on the bus? Quit lying. We get up here and really psych ourselves out and make excuses so we could be in the ghetto toxic circus with bums scrubbing the ground. I just don't understand.
Not that type of situation. Anytime that man hopped in my car, I was in that car. So anyways, I get off the phone with his mama. And, I pretty much started busting my butt trying to find me and my kids a 3-bedroom. I finally found it because now the CPS is involved. I can't move into a 2-bedroom because I have 2 boys and 2 girls, and they're like, they can't share a room together because of their ages.
And then you got 4 kids, and this is not me mom shaming, but I think that when you have children, and her children, I looked at her page, her children are still fairly young. You shouldn't be running behind a man. Like you literally, a man should not be allowed to come around your kids. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not a mom yet, so I don't know. I'm not mom shaming. I just feel like when you have 4 children, and I'm just gonna assume she got multiple baby daddies. I don't know her life. You should be focused on your kids. You shouldn't be focusing on having a fiance and whether or not the nigga got your name tattooed. Like, I just don't agree with that. Like, man, raise your kids and date. Date you a man. Date. Go out. I tell y'all all the time, you could get you a little bit of toxic dick. Ain't nobody, I'm not judging, bitch, because I ain't want to judge. But don't live there, bitch. Don't leave no evidence. Don't be letting all these crack your fucking eggs. Why you got 4 kids? Like, you clearly have not gotten it right with the men that you have been choosing. And so you need to get right with self And you need to really clean up whatever it is that, you know, you got going on internally that's having you attracting these men that's not sticking around, one, or that you got to leave. Because she the type of female that'll be like, ain't no man ever leave me. I'm the type of female that leave these men. Yeah, but these men is still fucking not the unsavories, okay? You're still fucking with unsavories because you got four little kids. And then you chose another one that was breaking in your house and on the DL and it had his mama paying half the goddamn rent. Girl, did he even have a job? Like, what is going on? This story has got too many loopholes that I'm just confused. Like, I would love to be able to ask her some questions. Some of this shit just ain't adding up. But anyways, if you the type of female with 4 kids, small children, you need to be raising and rearing your children. Your main priority should not be running behind a fucking man. Like I said, you could get you some dick. You could even get you some toxic dick, but make sure he got a motherfucking job. Bitch, make sure you can call him if you need something. If you know a bill paid, a grocery or something. Even if he a sneaky link. Catch you some orgasms and keep it the fuck moving. Your priorities are all fucked up, Miss Mamas.
I finally find a 3-bedroom. We move into it. His mom ends up calling me, apologizing because she found my MacBook and my cameras.
Look,
I end up telling his mom.
And this is what I was talking about early on with these enabling ass, trifling ass mothers. It's a lot of enabling, trifling, low down, dirty, shameful shit on the mothers that enable this type of behavior from their scrubby, nasty, gutter, just terrible ass sons.
The real reason that I broke up with him. She said I did find GAYPORN on his phone quite a few times, and most recently a few months before he got with you. But once he got with you, I just figured that I was finally going to get some grandkids, and I do love your kids, and I just thought, you know, he got right with God and changed his life around, but I guess not. I said, so you knew? You knew?
The mother knew he was on a DL.
When I tell y'all I was sick to my stomach, and then this man, and the reason that it got out publicly online, I know that's the main part. Everybody was wondering why I spoke about it online, because I really kept this a secret for like 6 months. He decided to keep going online, trying to bash my name, saying I left him high and dry for no reason. I'm a gold digger. He fell on hard times, and that's why I didn't want to be with him. He had mutual friends in my inbox talking about, Jazz, why you do him like that? Why you do him like that? So every time I reached out to him 3 different times, I said, hey, stop talking about me before I tell these people what the real reason was that I left you for. He wouldn't stop, y'all. The fourth time he decided to get online, that's when I came out with my story. I went live. I'm like, man, screw this. And I told the story, shook everybody. Everybody was shook. This man decided to make a long paragraph. And I'm going to tag Javi because I know she knows. She remembers she was on that status. This man wrote a status and said, you made me GAY.
Look, and then another look, blaming a woman for liking a dick up the ass and a dick in the throat. This is what be really getting me. Why do these men really be saying what they chest that it's a woman's fault that they want a dick up the ass and a dick in the throat? Like I cannot.
Me? Me? Like me. All right, you got it. You got it. Y'all, and that was it, okay? I promise y'all it was not going to be no 50 parts. Like I said, ain't nobody playing with me long enough for me to make 50 parts of anything.
The whole shit just like made my chin itch. Like I cannot. Ugh. That man gonna end off and say that she made him gay. And they be dead serious too. Like I cannot. What y'all saying? No accountability. It has to be some sort of mental illness. A dissociation disorder. A man should be her last concern, truly. These men have zero shame. It takes zero accountability, just horrendous. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Like, I just be looking around like, what is happening? Now, these men always blaming women. This goes back to exactly what I was saying. Men, they never take accountability. It is always a woman's fault. How is it a woman's fault that you want to get bent over and have a dick in your mouth? Like, how? How? Speaking of, let me see if this if I still got this video where this man actually was legit out here blaming the women, like saying, I don't want a woman anymore. I don't want to be with a woman anymore. I don't know if I still think it's still. I don't see it. Why am I coughing all of a sudden? What happened? Oh, he must have took it down. He probably was getting too much backlash because I don't see it. Okay, so let me see why I'm coughing. What happened? What's up, y'all? This lady need a straight jacket for allowing any of this to happen. She sound crazy. Don't be straight lies. Nobody else behavior changing your sexuality. That part. Love Jones. I love that you speak facts. Thanks, boo. They be wanting beers instead of living in their truth. It's always a woman's fault. They do X, Y, and Z. They are the leaders. And yet they are the leaders. Ooh! What the fuck? Shouts out to the Lappy Network. Y'all know these usernames be kicking my ass. Why am I coughing? Like, what happened? So this man talks about, you know, how he don't want to be alone. He absolutely hates being alone. He can't stand it. That's just what he got to say. And then we're gonna see the same man on a panel with women and see how he talks to women. Like, it's just really fucking.
It's lonelier than a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you right now. I come into a house and it's quiet and it's creepy and it's dark at night and you don't hear shit. Sometimes it's scary. I ain't gonna lie. When you have to deal with certain things by yourself, you know, you can't just call your friends 24/7 like that. Because guess what? Maybe they got significant others. They got kids. So I can't put all my burdens on my friends. Man, I'm going through it. I got to be respectful of them and their lifestyle. Because if I keep doing that, they're going to be like me, lonely than a motherfucker too. So what we going to do? All shack up like the fucking Golden Girls? Hell no. I wouldn't encourage no man to deal with it. It doesn't matter what size your house is, man. You still gonna have them feelings of coming home to an empty house. You can get you a 20-minute chick, but shit, that's all she good for 20. And then you ready to send her ass out with a breath mint and keep it moving. Then guess what? You be lonely than a motherfucker again. So fuck that lifestyle. I don't want it no more. It's lonelier than a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all heard him, right? He lonely. A lot of these men be lonely than a motherfucker, according to this man right here. But they get up here and say that we gonna be lonely with cats and a cat lady, and ain't nobody gonna want us, and life is gonna be hard, and blah blah blah, whoopie whoop. But they be the real ones that be lonely than a motherfucker. Now look at his lonely ass get up here and talk to a panel of melanin rich women.
So you brothers who decided to go get white women, I understand now. I understand. If this isn't a small sample size of what you have to deal with, I understand. I'm not gonna blame you. I used to knock y'all for that. Now I understand. I remember when my ex-wife was talking about she was worried about my son liking white girls. I said, I don't give a damn what type of girl, as long as she like.
Oh, so he was married and then now he's divorced. I would love to hear why he's divorced, and what his ex-wife would have to say about this fucking lonely than a motherfucker man.
Like girl, she's not a goddamn dick sucker. I'm good with that shit. I'm gonna play for. He like girls. That's the most important thing to me. I ain't gotta have that different conversation with my son. I can have a regular conversation with my son because he like girls. Now I deal with him like white girls. He might not know that. It's only a matter of time. And eventually he did. So look, I don't blame these motherfuckers for doing that. Not at all. Y'all brothers want to get your white girl, go get you one. You want to go get Asian, Mexican, white, whatever nationality, go get them. I don't care. I ain't gonna hold it against you. So you brothers who.
So that's the same man talking about how he lonely than a motherfucker. But group all melanin rich women together and say he understand why men decide to go and get them a white woman and an Asian woman, but yet he's lonely than a motherfucker. So where is your clip? Where is your white woman? Where is your Asian woman? Where is your clip women's in them? It's real ironic to me. They swear they the prize. They swear everybody want them. They swear with age, it's still easy for them to get a woman because you could tell he got a full salt and pepper beard. His beard is definitely giving gray. He's divorced, a divorcee, or divorcee. I don't know which term is for the man. I don't know. But yet he's sitting up here talking down on melanin rich women and lonely than a motherfucker. It be that for me. It be that for me. I cannot. The gag is white women have the same standards, if not higher. Hello, but they get a pass because phenotypically that's what these niggas want, and it just is what it is. You don't like the way you look. You secretly loathe and hate yourself. You hate your reflection, and you don't want to replicate that. So you go and get you a clear woman. You feel like clear women is the pinnacle of success because you don't feel successful. You've been walking around feeling emasculated for centuries now. Haven't done anything about it, so the only way you feel like you can compete when you don't compare is to lay down with their daughters in them and talk shit about the daughters that come from your loins. Does it make sense at all? No, it does not. But this is the reality, the sad reality. And a lot of them, and you could tell that he pot-bellied his all out motherfucking doors. His ass ain't seen a salad in a month of motherfucking Sundays. Pot-belly. Dick probably on gumworm. Y'all already know these niggas' dicks do not be getting hard. It be limper than the motherfucker. Okay? Need a goddamn honey pack and some motherfucking blue pills. Lonelier than a motherfucker. Lonelier than a motherfucker. Now they're going overseas for a $40 holler. It's just a lot going on. I just cannot. I cannot. Oh, here we go. The troll of the century. Dub East Side Game. Like, what type of name is that? Clearly, you have a gambling addiction. Why are you here and not at the casino? Why you talk about black men and you're on social media laid up with one? Because I can. And I can and I will and do and did and does. So now what? I can. Clearly. I continuously say not all, and I continuously say that I'm not solely speaking from my own experiences. I'm talking about things that I see, things that I've experienced, things that my sisters experienced, my mom experienced, things that I may have experienced in the past. Duh. You think I'm gonna make mistakes and continuously do the same fuckery over and over again? No, I'm not insane. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And the type of man that I was laid up with is not a fucking loser. I'll just put it like that. You hella mean. No, I'm nice nasty. Anyways, I'm so mad because I wanted to show y'all this other video and it's not up here. That's so annoying. I really wanted to show y'all this. He had to take it down because people were showing him out. What else I got in the queue? What's this one? Okay, so here we go. Another divester, but we got to see what they look like. We got to see what the passport bros, what they be looking like. They don't look like anything that any of us want. But he hasn't married you. Why? Sir, I don't just go around getting married to people. And marriage is not the fucking end all be all. I have to get to know people, and whatever it is that I'm doing is my business. You're a stranger danger on the internet. Look at this man. Look at this man. As a black man, I'm not afraid to admit. Look at how he look. Do any of the ladies, love bugs, do y'all find this man attractive? Do any of y'all panties, is y'all coochie throbbing looking at this picture of this man right now? I need to know. Is y'all coochies throbbing looking at this picture of this man right now? Look, as a black man, I'm not afraid to admit, and then he gonna tag this a trigger post. Sometimes I regret not dating outside my race because I believe I'd have a better chance of meeting a woman that will couple, reciprocate, and value us, and not just what I can do for her. These men are delusional. We have been a helpmate and a helpmeet to these Negroes since we got off the goddamn, even on the goddamn plantation. We ain't did nothing but help them. We helped to build them up. We the ones at the courthouses. We the ones sending the commissary. We the ones marching on we the ones marching on the front lines. Period. Get out of here. I see now you're getting timed out because you're getting on my nerves. You're getting timed out. Coochie drives. Period. Not cute. That part. You look very sassy. It's a hard no for me. You look like a flamboyant Luther Vandross. But y'all know that Luther Vandross allegedly was playing for the other team, though, right? I regret not dating outside my race. Like, these men really feel like they could just go anywhere and get any woman they want. Like, it'd be that part for me, but they be lonely than a motherfucker. Lonely than a motherfucker. All right, I'm gonna play this last joint and then I'm going to skedaddle. I'm actually gonna do a live on TikTok. I've never really done that before, but since we getting some motion over there, I'm gonna get up this. And if y'all have not followed me on TikTok, let me see if I could post my TikTok link in the chat. Who's up in here? I know Faith, you gotta get acquainted with the why is your tail wet? What was you doing with the links and stuff? So whenever any of the other mods come up in here with you, Faith, boo, maybe they can help you out so you can get stop, baby. All right, wait, hold up. Let me get what I'm doing. Oh, I'm trying to get my TikTok. Okay. Let me get the link. I don't know how to do this on the computer. I'm gonna do it on my phone. But in the meantime, let me pull this up. Let me put my TikTok link in the chat. Oh, thanks, Nettie Net. Shouts out to you for the donation. Thanks, boo. Oh, let me play this for y'all. So this man here is saying some of y'all have no choice but to settle. And we're going to see why he's saying that. I haven't listened to it, so we're about to listen to this together. Wait, let me get this link. Because we're going to be live on TikTok right after this. I just need probably like 5 minutes, and then we're going to be live over here and try it out, you know, because we expanding. So, all right, let's copy the link. Okay. So I just posted my TikTok link. Wait, let me how y'all doing? Everybody doing good? How's y'all week so far?
Listen, some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen, you can't have a perfect man out here. It ain't even enough of us around. Like, let's be honest. So at the end of the day, we can go ahead and put that 50-50 conversation to rest, because every woman ain't gonna get 80-20, 100-0, whatever y'all thinking is gonna be 60-40. Some of y'all gonna have to go 50-50.
No, first of all, most women are going to do 80-20, but the 80 is never ever gonna come from the man. So you got the game fucked up. You were supposed to say Most of y'all women is going to have to go 80-20. And the 80 is gonna come from you, sis. Now, if you would have said that, I would agree with you.
And shit, y'all might gotta go 60-40 on your end.
Yeah, and on your end, exactly, because the 60 is gonna come from the woman, and the 40. I mean, if you could get 40 from a man, then I think that's actually not doing too bad in these days, in 2024.
And with the man, just to be happy at the end of the day. Like, let's be realistic. Come on now. Somebody gonna have to settle, man. That's all I'm saying. All the straight men that's left in the world, a lot of them is in jail. A lot of them married. What do that leave left? Everybody can't have their cake and eat it too. Like, you can't.
So instead of sitting up here preaching everybody can't have their cake and eat it too and talking to women, why don't he talk to men and say, hey, fellas, why don't we all just collectively decide to step it up and make more money and be a better provider and be a better pillar of the community? Why don't they ever talk to each other? It'd be that for me. Why they never give each other advice on how they could step it up and be better instead of telling women, you gotta settle, you got to grovel. You ain't gonna ever find what it is that you actually desire. And the fact that a lot of us are actually being okay with that, we're kind of like, okay, we're not gonna get what we desire, so fuck it, we'll just be alone. And then when we decide that, oh yeah, you're not doing what you ain't being fruitful, but you don't have no kids, like that man Dub East Gang or whatever the fuck his name is. He done came up and he's shaming me because I ain't got no kids. It's just like you can never win. You can never win. It's a lose-lose.
And have the best of the best. Sometimes you just go for what you got and be happy and be grateful, because you can have nothing at the end of the day and be miserable. Come on now. J. Cole said, love yours. I gotta take this in consideration. Listen, some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle.
So what y'all think? I'm gonna see what y'all talking about, then I'm gonna get out of here. Do y'all feel like we just gotta lay down and take it? Is that how y'all feel? What y'all saying? Okay. Straight men don't make it their business to be in jail. Talk to the men, tell them to level up that part. I'm better now. Had to go to the optometrist today and couldn't see ish all day. Oh, well, I'm glad you could see, because they're not leaders. That part, Kanisha, because men are allergic to accountability. Period, Karma. At this point, ladies, let's leave these men in our own community. Maybe they'll get it together. Girl, you know they're going to storm that community and try to burn it to the ground. Dude, just go out there and you settle, my ninja. Hello. Love Jones, these men, the chat wish they could get a date with you. Yeah, that guy, he's in love. He's in love with me. It's okay. A lot of people are in love with me, but stranger danger. He is average at best, not listening to him. Okay, Tay. If you're going to go 100, my legs will part like the Red Sea. Ooh! I'll take my piece over settling. I'll have a retirement home of cats. That part, period. Take me to Petco. At least I will have peace. I won't have nobody nagging me, telling me to make them something to eat, trying to pull my skirt up every time I walk past them, thinking I'm supposed to have them a hot plate every time they fucking come in the house, having to be their hospice nurse, having to listen to them and be their therapist. Don't nobody be wanting to do all of that shit. And I got to go to work and make money too. You got me fucked up. I'd rather be by myself. And like I said, entertainment at my own leisure. Deal with men when I feel like it. Give me a little dick when I feel like it. You know, get flued out when I'm in the mood. Go on dates, city to city. and fucking live life like it's golden. We only got this one go round. We don't know what's next. Live it up. And if and when I decide to be a mother, then I'll have a baby and it'll be solely for me. And I'll do the best I can, God willing, at picking a father. That's all you can pray for these days. Exactly. Period. All right, y'all. I'm about to skedaddle. Show up as her, be her. Show up as him, be him. I love y'all so much. Thank you for rocking with me. We're going to continue to grow. We're getting closer to 11K. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you are not following me on TikTok, I posted the link. Make sure the link is in the chat. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'm going to dive on TikTok today. We're going to talk about the random man from Atlanta and how a jealous man will try to ruin you, and how sometimes you should not let a man spin your block because he's going to try to make you pay for hurting his feelings. And that happened to me before too. This child, Jesus is a fire. Anyways, you are the main character. You are it. You have that it factor. Everybody want to be in your presence. Okay. Life is a movie and you're starring in it. The world is a stage and you are at the center of it. The end, don't let nobody clean your face. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now until we meet again. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I love you, love folks. See you mañana.